Hi, welcome to Tarot Time. Welcome to the Medium channel. I'm Adam. Thanks for being here. And what we're going to do is we're going to work with tarot and other divination tools. So we do a meditation card for what energies to work on this week. We do a 3-card spread. Then I've got other oracle decks. There may be some direct channeled messages that come in. And it's also our Sunday morning community hangout. So if you guys are live and you're new and you want to say hi, where you're from, and kind of connect with our community that way, please feel free to do that. If you're watching this as a video, you can connect with our community anyway. You don't have to be live. I mean, time and space is an illusion anyway. So how are we doing on a Sunday morning? Are we coffee, tea, or caffeine free? That's my famous question. I'm black tea this morning. I had a long week, lots of readings, lots of exciting things going on, and it's Sunday morning. I'm exhausted. So here we go. I'm going to say a few quick hellos and then dive on in. Sometimes we talk a little bit about current events, about astrology also, before we actually dive into the actual tarot stuff. Caffeine free for the past month. Nice. And then Kim saying coffee, of course. I like that meme that was going around Facebook that said in big letters coffee with person with a big steaming cup, and then underneath it said because murder is wrong. And like I can relate, yeah. But I like the whole caffeine free thing. I'm actually gearing up to do a big anti-inflammatory diet and protocol, and you're not supposed to have caffeine. I'm saying, well, can I have a little green tea? Maybe. I don't know if I want to give it up cold turkey yet. So anyway, Yvonne, Yvonne. Oh, you're in Woodstock. Oh my goodness. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to Woodstock again. You were here not that long ago. Hello, horses triggers hope. I've got it. I'm going to use it. So this was her gift for me for tarot time. So thank you for that. Hi, Millie. Hi, Children's School of Yoga. On a Zoom with Kyle. All right, well, enjoy, Kyle. And for those of you that want to do a little bit of gentle yoga later, 5 p.m., Doreen will be back leading us through a yoga class here on the Medium channel. So if she's on a call with Kyle Gray, that will be now. Then you'll get to see her later. All right. Hello, Starseeds, Laura. Uh, Hi, yes, Karma. Yes, that's Horse's real name, Karma. Welcome. And who else? Linda, did we say hi? Hi, Michael. Green tea with ginger for me. Yeah, I have ginger green tea. That's what I usually drink, but I had kind of sort of weird energies last night. I had to clear my space, in the middle of the night. So I didn't get a whole lot of sleep. So, and then I worked my butt off the last few days. Coffee, of course. Yeah. Oh, we saw that. Hi, Colleen. Hi, Laura. I just saw Laura on the chat on one of the videos. So hi again. All right. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Katie Bluebird. And Michael, you were number one. So anyway, double shot of espresso in my chai this morning. Good, good job there. Alrighty then. So let's see what's going on. August is certainly, we predicted a very wild and somewhat volatile month. August failed to disappoint. We've had a lot of stuff come up, a lot of stuff that's trickling up. We had the Democratic National Convention right during the full moon that had two T squares. Both of them were actually double T squares because 4 planets were involved, and it was a super moon. So I have a hard time believing that maggots for breakfast was the worst thing that happened at that convention. In fact, the New York Post had this full spread on its back page about like equating the DNC to the Oscars, and they were talking about different people up for Academy Awards or whatever. I mean, I know the news is really there to kind of get everybody riled up. So for those of you that really love the convention and are Democrats. Don't take this as a jab against you or anything. It's just interesting to note like what's going on, like how the media is playing out with things. It's all programming. It's all to create a certain mindset. What's the expression now? Cognitive dissonance, polarization by any other name. Divide and conquer, make us weak. So whatever your political views are, good for you. And not to let the forces that be try to guilt you or shame you for your beliefs or get you into a fear or lack-based mentality, because that's what they want to do. And it's just going to get more and more. I think something big is going to break in October. I've been feeling like maybe Trump might even pull out for some reason. Maybe Harris will. If I'm incorrect about that, I still think there's going to be some pretty big news around one or both of those candidates that come up. And that's pretty much been normal. Other interesting things that are going on astrologically is that Mercury's going to come out of retrograde on the 28th, I believe. Venus is going to leave Mercury ruled Virgo and go into her rulership, which is also my sign of Libra. I think that's on the 30th. So there's a little bit of change in regard to astrologically that's happening also. So in any event, I wanted to check your comments. So because you guys have a lot of good things to say. Colin saying that I had a dream. Is this are you channeling a Martin Luther King? Wait a second. Where's that comment? All right. Anyway, somewhere it said I had. Oh, here it is. Here's that comment. So I think she's channeling Martin Luther King. But anyway, and then Woodstock. Yeah, so enjoy Woodstock. It's a nice day. Yesterday was gorgeous day. Today I'll actually get out and enjoy it a little bit. I don't think I'm gonna make it down because I just have a lot. Even though it's my day off, I've got to still have a lot of work to do. But there is a drum circle at the Village Green at 4:00 in Woodstock. That's a lot of fun. People dance, play drums, and cannabis is legal. If that's your thing, people will be smoking weed, I'm sure, and all that good stuff. Oh, you dreamt of me. Okay. The same day I wrote about my giraffe. I had my giraffe dream, right? Interesting. I have some very clear and vivid dreams. People that I met on YouTube, that have come into my dreams. The star seeds, actually, which is interesting. So I might reach out to that person because maybe there's something I need to learn from them. But yeah, pay attention to your dreams, like the what's happening with all the solar activity, which is light code activations from the central sun, all that's going on in the world. We're getting activated. We're constantly upgrading our energies. I mean, it happens in waves. So we had a couple of big waves of energy upgrades. I think we're at a little bit of a lull catching up. I actually slept last week, which is unusual. I had 3 nights in a row. I slept like 7 hours, which is almost unheard of in my world. And I think that it was a big reset because we had the big retreat, the Spirit Fest in the beginning of the month, and we had the Lionsgate energy, we had the Presage energy, we've had the solar activations, all kinds of really powerful energies, and when this all the what. Let me see if I can speak English this morning. Time out. Speaking English. All these activations, they're bringing us more and more to a higher level so we can have that flip. Yeah, and they're reminding me to talk about we're in the collective quantum leap now. We're seeing little clues of that and things that come out in the news and stuff like that and things that people are saying. It just shows what happened in a quantum leap, just like in quantum physics, although we're talking about consciousness and not electrons now. We shift from a lower to a higher level of frequency. So that's happening in consciousness. So it's a lower to a higher level of consciousness. as a collective. And of course, people that are not ready to make that shift, it brings up a lot of fear and a lot of issues. And for those of us that are, I mean, it still may bring up some shadow aspects that we need to look at and transcend, but a lot of us are really ready for this. And the shift is happening now, or the leap is happening now. The physical world is very dense. The systems in the world are going to take some time, probably years, to catch up. I was just getting some channel messages yesterday, I think it was, saying that between 2026 and 2028, when we're really going to see when things really hit the fan and when things really fall down. I mean, we're going to see a lot of that this autumn, but it's a process that we're in. Basically, it's a process. So let me just check in with what you guys are saying. Then we're going to dive into some tarot. Garden Cafe. Yes, I love the Garden Cafe. Laura. Yeah, they don't open till 11:30, right? Bread Alone is fun also. Mud Club. Yeah, you're hitting all the good spots, Yvonne. Yeah. Um, uh, oh, nice. Love Scotland. Yeah. There's from Mr. Floyd's channeling channel, who channels Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain. If you're interested, check out his channel. Also, so we're trying to know when to announce generic. Oh, so we're talking about gold and I believe, yeah. All right. Very good. Very good. Very good job. So how does yeah, drum circles are great. I love drum circles. You're on your way to Connecticut? Cool. And think there would be drum circles out here in Boulder before years. Yeah, definitely. I mean, in Colorado, I mean, come on. Get with the program, everybody. All right. So let's do we'll start out with our meditation card. Take my glasses off. Everything's a fuzz. Just teasing. Start out with this. So I use the Morgan Greer deck. Been using this one for several years now. Once my cards, once it gets hard to see the images on the cards, that's when it's time for a new deck. This one is still pretty clear. And so I'll ask Spirit to give us the best card for us to meditate on based on the energies this week. So one of the things we try to pick up on in tarot time is just the energetic trends and how that's going to affect us personally, as well as a community, as well as at the world at large, and then make forecasts and stuff like that, or predictions based on the energetic trends that are going on. We're in a waning moon. Mercury's slowing down to a crawl, so Mercury's basically stationing now. It's in its station, usually about 2 to 3 days before it actually goes direct to about 2 to 3 days after. It just means it stays in the same degree. I don't know the exact degree. Do I have my... It might be worth seeing what the exact degree is. I'm going to do that. And then we're going to do our meditation card that Mercury's in. Because degrees, numbers talk to me. You guys that have been working with us for a while know that I lost. So it's happening at 21 degrees. So it's technically still at 22 today, happening at 21 degrees. So 21 is Jupiterian. It's also the world card in the tarot. So that's a very nice positive degree point. And during this Mercury station, where things kind of slow down, the planet of movement's not moving. So things kind of slow down. It gets very introspective. And that's when the effects are worse. If you're concerned about technology glitches, scheduling, miscommunication, mishaps, they're more common right around that. But that's an abundance degree point, 21. So basically, this is a good time to just meditate, work with spirit, maybe draw out some kind of a business or financial plan, Like, where do you want to be? Like what do you want to accomplish during this next Mercury cycle when it's direct? I want to get my website done, but I'm relying on 2 people to do that. So what do we want to get done and work towards that and visualize it now? Basically, all right. So back to a regularly scheduled meditation card. Meditation is a process of becoming present to the point where you start to allow your personal identity to fade in favor of blending more with spirit, source, or God. So we're always in meditation. People sometimes make a big deal about it, but in any given day, you slip in and out of a meditative state several times, basically. So the idea is you stop talking to yourself, you stop the internal chatter, basically. And just by doing that, just by becoming aware of your breath, inhale and exhale, and just stop thinking, the consciousness raises right from there. Just by doing that, you start to achieve a higher state of consciousness because you're not distracting your connection with source through the monkey mind, basically. So nothing wrong with our internal dialogue, nothing wrong with thinking, but we have to balance that with presence also. Otherwise we're cut off from spirit. And so when we become present, then we start to draw on universal mind and universal intelligence, and that can activate our personal mind and intelligence and give us greater awareness, whether that's spiritual awareness, personal awareness, more access to your guides and angels that want to help you and point you in your direction of your truth, and all those good things. So when we meditate with tarot cards, same thing. Stop your thoughts, get present, be aware of your breath, and then in your mind you step into the card. And as soon as you step in, just gauge how you feel differently. And our feelings, if we're not focused on certain emotions or certain thoughts, if we allow that to go, whatever we feel becomes how we relate to the energy. So step into the card. What do you feel? What do you see? What do you smell? What do you taste? What messages come to you? And we'll see what card we pick also. You guys are having a wonderful conversation. I'd love to tune into that. but good stuff. You can kind of sort of take the economy, sort of a reflection on consciousness and the struggles and everything. But we see trickles of hope, right? Through the BRICS, some of the stuff that's going on with the BRICS nations. The quantum financial system that's been proposed or will be proposed, which is kind of fueled by going back on a standard like the gold standard, where money will actually have value again once that happens. All right, so I need to clear my mind for a second. Found it and let spirit guide me. Spirit guided me to this card. So we're getting lots of major arcana cards, and the justice card speaks of balance. Now we're in Virgo season, but Venus is going to move into Libra soon. This card represents the sign Libra, which wouldn't be too much of a stretch to figure that out with the scales. Interestingly, this is originally key 8, and then it became key 11, and the strength card was originally key 11 in tarot, and that became key 8. So 11 and 8 are both numbers associated with this particular tarot card. But in modern tarot, it's 11. And so the flavor of the card is like when you go into this energy, to me, this also has the energies of the Egyptian god Maat or Mahat or Ma'at, depending on how you want to pronounce that. Because one of the energies of that is the balance and the justice and the karma and all that good stuff. So this is really about that, about balance, about spiritual law. We can come up with when there's legal issues also. So for some of that may connect with a more of like a universal or social issues or personal issues. There may be something that gets solved in court or legal issues, but mostly it's about your own personal balance, basically how to achieve better balance in your life. So you can approach, as you step into the card, approach it from that. And then this figure may be a spirit guide that talks to you or gives you some messages. Holding the sword of truth in one hand and the scales of balance in another. And it's good stuff. So this is a good energy to meditate with, finding the balance in your life. Everything's a matter of balance. When things get out of balance, something in nature tries to pull it back into balance. When the earth warms up, whether it's through human activity, through natural cycles, or what I believe a combination of the two, the earth tries to counterbalance that. She creates more clouds, more rain. The more the clouds, the less sunlight that gets through, the more global warming stops. So I think to get on that subject of climate change and everything, I think the powers that be, if they're smart, they're not going to radically try to change global warming. They're going to gradually do it, because if they do something really radical to cool the earth down, but the earth herself is trying to cool herself down, we may wind up with an ice age in 50 to 100 years. And certainly scientists propose that. And I studied climate in the 70s. I was a meteorology major in college. You looked at all the models and everything. They were pretty accurate, although it's happened faster. And one model that always sticks in my mind had the Northeast getting cooler, the Northeast U.S. getting cooler in the process of global warming. And where it hasn't gotten cooler here, global warming has been a lot slower here. It's been a lot faster in Europe, though. It's been a lot faster in the Arctic, basically. So anyway, point being is that everything in balance, and understand the nature of balance. I think that's the meditation for the week. So anyway, let's do a 3-card spread. Yes, I have my new tool here. Although I like clipboards too. One of these days, when I get more savvy with technology, or I have a helper, we can have 2 or 3 cameras set up in these live streams, and then I can just do spreads on the table. But that's well beyond what my brain can handle, especially on a Sunday. All right. So I do the 3-card spreads, look at what the cards are saying, how that might apply to our world. But it's really more, I want to pick up on the trends of energy and how we can best work with that energy to make the most out of this week. To have the most success and the most spiritual success also. In my mind, feel like, again, there's not too many people online, but it's a beautiful day, and it's one of the last weekends of summer. But a lot of people watch this as a video, but they're showing doctors. So I think for some of us, it's about, getting our medical checkups or getting our tests done. I mean, doctors could be healers also, because it's a metaphor. All right, so let's see. So we have this card. All right, so the screen is like opposite, so I have to put these. It's almost like doing this in opposite land. Oh, this card is fitting nicely. Middle card, interesting. A lot of financial energy, and I'll explain why in a second. Is this going to stick? All right, hopefully that'll stay the way that I had that. And then a very intense card with the 10 of Swords as card number 3. Well, this thing wants to spin also. Hey, wait, no, don't spin. Stay. All right. Anyway, maybe I'll hold it like this. Oh, there we go. We can tighten it. Cool. Oh, actually, that didn't do anything. All right. All right. Anyhow, this may try to spin on me, but there you have it. This would be number one. No, this would be number one. This would be number two. This would be number three. I had an opposite land. Now, the interesting thing is with the Empress card, yeah, that's an aspect of the divine feminine, the mother aspect of the divine triad of maiden, mother, and crone. Basically, this is the best I'm going to be able to do with that. So I see. I want to post this because I've heard this also. And several the Fed may decide to cut rates, which will lower the value of the dollar and increase inflation. That's interesting that they would do that. Welcome, Juice. Yes, it's interesting that they would do that during times of inflation, anyways. But maybe to stimulate the economy. Anyway, all right. So what I need to do is kind of take these in. Okay, couple things. One, I think a lot of illusions getting exposed this week. A lot of false negativity. I'll put it that way. So we may see that in the world. You may see that in your life. You may see that through friends and things that you need to straighten out with different people or stuff like that. Now, even though this outcome card, it's this one, right? Or this is a little bit scary. It's really like the death of the old self. So it's part of the awakening, basically. And no matter what deck, there's always that light in the horizon, even though the dark clouds are hanging. It's like a defeat. I think for a lot of us, they're just saying to surrender to something, to choose your battles wisely, and to not fight things that are that are draining or that are useless, to do that in a way. Hi, Brianna. But again, the Empress, that's Venus energy. It's 3, so it connects with that number 21, which is the degree point of Mercury as it's about to station now. So that's a lot of this could be about money and finances. So so I feel like they're saying, well, for us in our personal lives, not to get too overly worried about money, especially if we feel like our dollar's declining or our euro's declining, or there's something going on with work. By the way, if anybody's pulling out of a job or losing a job over the next week or two, it's actually a spiritual process that you're in, and it's going to be replaced with something much better. So I think a lot of the energy, the messages is, to the best of your ability, avoid worrying. And when you catch yourself worrying, the idea is to go into your heart, feel love and gratitude, do a few long, deep breaths, inhaling love, exhaling, releasing that worry, and just kind of telling yourself everything is fine. Spirit, God, the one that created us, always looks after us. We can't control what goes on out there. We can only control what goes on in here. And to keep that in mind. So we can't control other people. We can't control the governments. We can only control how we respond to that. And to be observant of your responses or reactions, as the case may be sometimes, to what you're seeing or hearing on the news or from other people. That divide and conquer, it's just going to get more and more intense. And I think that this is showing that through letting go, that some of you are going to have some big awakenings that may be this week or carry into next week. We're also going into the long weekend next week also, so things slow down a little bit. And I think that on the level of what's going on in the world, one or two people are getting in trouble and needing to step down from their offices. I do feel like we hear something. As I'm talking about this, I'm seeing drones, so we may hear something about drone attacks in like Russia or Ukraine or the Gaza. We know there's a lot more going on than we're shown by the media, because there's other countries that are in conflict, and that's increasing. I feel like somebody, I'm saying on the right wing, but somebody's going to deliver a really powerful speech, almost like trying to like create more unity and trying to not to get so into the divide and conquer mentality. I'm not sure who that is, but that's just this thought that just kind of came up. Um, the other interesting thing is they're showing like sitting in the cabinet, which is an exercise in mediumship, in trance mediumship and physical mediumship. And I think it's just spiritual way of saying, maybe if you can go on a little bit of a personal retreat this week, try to shut off the social media or cut down on it, and spend some time like in the woods or nature and kind of step away from things a little bit also. But again, this middle card, this main card is very good. The Empress card is love. Some of you may find some romantic interest popping up. I think this more has to do with the money. I think, financial and security. I feel like they're saying now's the time to maybe look into changing investments and understanding the trends in society, maybe moving your money for those of us that have the luxury of being able to invest money, that is. No, I feel like Sphere saying, well, if not, invest in your heart, because the frequency of money, which is a physical counterpart to the spiritual principle of abundance, is a heart frequency. So when you open your heart, you're actually opening up the fields to create more money and abundance in your life. It's not about greed or power. It's more about freedom. The abundance principle is also about freedom and expansion and growth. So, there's a lot about growth and expansion. There's a lot of energy about tug of wars, about people around you that may be trying to shoot you down more than usual. I mean, I know that's been going on for a while. And I feel like they're saying kind of take a break. While Mercury is slow, while the moon is waning, this is a time to more step back, kind of let things reset within your energy fields, because we've all been through a huge energetic shift this past month. This is a time to step back and reset, not try to do too much this week, or only what you have to and need to for your life, your job, business, or whatever, and to try to make it a point to do that. And those that are fortunate, that are ready for initiation, we did and a few of you are on that directly took place in the line initiation we did with SecMed on the beginning of August. But those that weren't live, because you're part of this community, you were also receiving some of those energetic qualities, as it were. That was very intense. Our physical bodies, our energetic bodies, they're resetting now, because what's an initiation? It's a death and a rebirth. Basically, that's what a true initiation is. That part of you needs to die in order for a rebirth to happen in a higher spiritual level. And then you wind up maybe having new guides, or you get new insights, new directions in your life, new gifts, more psychic abilities. So I think, especially you guys that were at the retreat, I think you're going to find that your intuition starts to get stronger, and they're showing healing. I think for a lot of you, that you tap into healing energy, which is just chi and prana. It's just the flow and learning how to direct that. But when you have that initiation, you become more aware of these things. You sort of leave the old distractions behind in order to be able to ascend into higher abilities to feel the flow or recognize chi prana, which is, it's, God is, or spirit is, consciousness and energy, right? That's what makes everything up. Consciousness directs the energy affects the consciousness. So they're two parts of the same thing. So I think this is going to tap into more awareness. I think over the next couple of weeks to 2 months, a lot of you are going to have real epiphanies. And even if you weren't physically there, because you're connected. And this is also a global initiation that's happening. What we did in the Catskills was a real microcosm of a global effect that's happening. So those that are ready to ascend from the from the lower 3D into the multidimensional realities of 5 dimensions and higher. I think you're going to really experience a lot of that. Things are coming up. So let me move on to other things. I'm missing a lot of your comments, but all right, very good. So I just it's been a lot of resetting. So that's good. No, rebirth will fine. Willow's channel. I've heard of Willow. I don't know the channel also. Thank you, Michael. Yes. Uh, student fortunate enough to have found excellent teachers, and thanks for sharing what you're learning with us. We appreciate it. We appreciate you. So let's see. I've got the Native American tarot. So let me this. I don't know if there's a way to make this stop spinning like this. All right. Anyway, we'll keep this on the side here, just so you can see that. Yes, wow. Thank you, Timothy. Yes. Somebody, I answered somebody's message on one of my videos about Jesus or Yeshua. Yeah, I'll see if they answer back. But I like to offer new perspective on things. Thank you, Judy. Yes, I appreciate you as well. Yeah, we're a really nice community. Millie also has a beautiful YouTube channel that you can check out. Very nature oriented. And Doreen does for her yoga, Children's School of Yoga. Huda, Jared, who's not on live, but he comes on a lot, does a lot of Vedic work and fire homas and lots of cool things on his channel. So there's a lot of places you can go that are kind of connected with this broad community that we share here. And I'm sure I'm missing one or two of you that also have channels. And if you'd like to let us know that you have a YouTube channel, let us know in the comments. And some of us will subscribe and check out your work. So anyway, let me clear my mind for a second. Yeah, this isn't the Native American tarot. And they're saying, yeah, that's in the spirit of community. We all have something to bring to the table. We all have something to share. Nobody's better, nobody's worse, nobody's more spiritual or less spiritual. We're just at different levels of our journeys, basically. We can share that with other people. So what we got here is the harvest. This is the 10 of Pentacles. So, it's interesting because in these main cards, I mean, this is a really good card for money also. Like, I think some of us are really going to start to tap into the vibration of money more and attract more money into your life again. It's freedom, it's abundance, everything that exists in our physical universe. That's part of the spiritual law. That's part of the law of attraction, the law of abundance, that everything that exists in abundance, right? My body's got 15 trillion cells. That's an abundance of cells. And, within each cell, there's probably 1 billion atoms. So, wow, what abundance that just lives within us. There's also hundreds of billions of microbes that live in my body. Isn't that fascinating? Germs, bacteria live in my body, but it's part of who I am. Like all these beings are part of who I am on the physical level. So imagine how that is in the spiritual level, because as above, so below. So what happens in the physical is a portal to what's going on in spiritual reality also. So you master the physical, you can transcend and master the spiritual also. So I'm breathing an abundance of air. There's abundance of water. I'm looking out. There's millions of leaves I can see because I'm blessed enough to live around state forest. There's an abundance of clouds also. Each have abundance of water droplets in it. That's the physical universe. You're not one being, but you're an abundance of many, many beings and intelligences. and consciousness is. Like every bacteria in your body possesses consciousness and energy, and that's part of you. Isn't that amazing, huh? So this is the harvest, time to reap that harvest, whether it's a spiritual harvest or a physical harvest, time to reap that. And I just feel like they're saying, yeah, based on what's going on in these cards, changing trends in money in the world, things are going to crash. We had a kind of a crash in the beginning of August. I think that's leading into greater ones. Now it's also an election year, so everybody's like on their best behavior, and so they're going to want to prove, especially because the Democrats are the even though the incumbent isn't running, the vice president is. So they want everybody to know, see, look at the great job we're doing with the economy, but as I often say, and most of you are aware, there's a higher and greater power than the right wing and the left wing. There's powers that control both factions and both sides of that. And it's really, again, it's part of the programming. So when you go into the heart, that's the unifying field is within the heart. Then you're able to be in compassion, be in love, and be able to view things from much more of a holistic perspective. It's not them against us. It's not right or left. There's a bird in between the right wing and the left wing, right? So develop, or I shouldn't say develop, but to keep reminding yourself to be holistic thinkers and not dualistic thinkers. Duality. Suzette, you did it again. Thank you for the super sticker. We love and appreciate you. Anyway, I think we get the idea. So, and it's the harvest season, so this is the time to reap your reward, whatever they are. But also, it's also time based on the cards that came up here, especially this one. It's time to transcend and to let things go, to let the old die in order to come into a higher and greater level of that. Thank you so much. Let's see. I've got all kinds of divination tools. Well, this is the one that's closest. This is one of the Kyle Gray decks, Divine Mastered Oracle deck of Kyle Gray. There's a Kundalini yoga teacher, and there's a lot of spiritual work. I believe he's Scottish. Mysterious Queen. All right. Hi, Mysterious Queen. I missed you. but oh, there you are. Hello. So how's this card for Mysterious Queen, the Empress? Although the High Priestess would be more the mysterious of the Divine Feminine cards. But there you have it. No coincidences, right? So let me clear my mind. Ask Spirit to guide my hand. Who's getting a new car? They just show that. Is that Mysterious Queen? Anyway, that just popped up in my mind. So anyway, let's see. This is the card that I pull. Very solar energy, right? And the High Priestess has a lot of yellow. Even though she's Venus ruled, it's still very solar energy. Sanat Kumara, open channels, signs, codes, downloads, sacred information. So basically, when you open heart, you open mind, right? That's called heart-brain coherence. That's going to, as the 2020s move on, you're going to hear more and more about that practice. I can virtually guarantee that. Since I made that prediction about 2 years ago, the number of videos have tripled on the subject of heart-brain coherence. A lot of that's thanks to Joe Dispenza and Greg Braden. But basically, hearts are coherent when they feel love. It's not rocket science. What did Jesus teach us? What did the Buddha teach us? What did they all teach us? Compassion, the heart. When you open the heart to compassion and love, now science proves that it enhances your health. It enhances your brain function because they're two parts of the same. So when you bring your heart into more love, compassion, and gratitude, you're making your brain stronger also. And when the heart and the brain blend, basically you can master your own nervous system, your own energetic flows, your own meridian system, how chi or prana flows through you. You can master life, long story short. So that's the key, basically. Good morning, Meryl. And so open channels. So we're doing a channeling mediumship retreat here in the Catskills from October the 18th to 20th. So if you want to learn how to do mediumship and to do channeling, automatic writing, the other two topics are healing, energy healing, and spirit art. So these are all different forms of channeling, basically. So that's what we're going to do an intensive with that during the weekend after Columbus Day weekend in the beautiful Catskill Mountains. And if my forecast holds true, that it's going to be a chillier autumn, or we'll have chillier spells than what we're used to. And by the way, I predicted that several weeks ago. I'm now looking at the long range progs, and they're starting to come into alignment with that prediction, even though the Weather Channel is still predicting warmer than average temperatures. And right around Labor Day and that week, well, I'll just put it this way, grab your hoodie. Those of us in upstate New York, if everything lines up exactly, we might even see upper 30s for lows in a few places, that week. So that's how it used to be, though. Think about 20 years ago. We used to get our first real air mass right around Labor Day or the week after. Now it seems weird because we haven't had that anyway. We went from Sanat Kumara to weather somehow open channel. So anyway, that. I'm sorry to hear that, mysterious queen. But when you commented, they showed this car driving towards me. So I think it's just a message for you that some good news is coming. It's not a ship coming in, but I think they're trying to let you know that to hang in there. All right. Yeah, that's right, exactly. So I have videos on that. Doing heartbrain coherence helps. Doing law of attraction work the right way helps. I've had financial challenges my whole life. I'm starting to finally evolve past that. It's taken me many years of reprogramming. It doesn't happen overnight, especially if you're stubborn. But it doesn't happen overnight. But we're programmed into poverty and lack. Then the powers that be have more control over us. Yeah, and the programming is insidious. It's on many different levels. So when you start to work with the heart, you start to tap into the abundance principle. So yes, we've got videos on reprogramming. We've got videos on law of attraction. We've got videos on heart-brain coherence. Been here over 4 years. That's a lot of time to have a lot of videos. um, Oh, thank you, Michael. Yeah, so you retire in 2031. Yeah, it'll be a new world by 2031, but anyway, all right. Know how all my cards are like getting like messed up. So that's Kyle Gray. So how about let's see what Isis is saying. So I've got the Isis Oracle deck. So this gift from Doreen of Children's School of Yoga. This is a gift from Mr. Floyd Channeling Channel from Josh. This holder is from Karma from Horses Triggers Hope. Oh. And then I also have the Moonology cards from Millie. That'll be next. All right. Yes, thank you, Meryl, for that comment. Yeah, this too shall pass. We will flash that for you. Oh, we'll flash that one too. Actually, all right. Well, so you're a student. So I was a student once. Well, I'm always a student, but in any event, hi MT. Thanks for popping in. Yes, we're doing well. we're here, live, breathing, above ground. All's good. All right. So from the Isis Oracle deck, I pulled me right to this card. That was an easy one. Yeah, maybe by next week I'll master this tool. Wait. What happened to the? No. The Empress. Oh, I see what happened. This did a complete flip. Wait. I think I might be onto something. Yes, I'm on to something. I figured out the reason why that's happening. All right, and I think Isis figured that out because this says truth is unveiled, the revelation of Isis. So I look for the common themes, the 10 of swords, another 10 here. Um, this is a lot of this is about, initiation, but truth being unveiled. The truth is we all have access to the truth. We can find that in the heart, basically, but we're in a process where energetically the systems of society have taken a really, really huge hit. I think it was the autumn of 2022, in a channeling with the master teachers, they declared that the light had won. And what that basically means is that we came out of the period of darkness. It's called Kali Yuga, and I think in India, although the age of Kali Yuga is not, I don't think it's over. Anyway, I think I'm trying to lump too many things together where simple explanations might serve a little bit better. But the point being is that with all this energy, it's kind of unveiling things. It's releasing hidden truths in the society, in your own life, in your own family, in the community, and everything. So the revelation of Isis. So Isis is really about awakening, right? And Mr. Floyd might Mr. Floyd might also add to that. So here's his comment. Oracle cards this week on the channel. So on his channel, he dives very deep into these. The fountain of knowledge. Yes, I can understand that also. And the images. It's like interesting because the fountain is I don't know what this deity is here. This one right here. But I mean, it looks like there's some dragon energy because it looks like there's a connection to fire, though the fire sort of coming out of out of this thing, out of the vase or whatever that is. Uh, but it's very divine, very like powerful feminine energy, and that helps to balance things because of this. This society is very patriarchal in nature, so having more divine feminine really balances things out a lot. So in any event, there you have it. So yeah, the sleep patterns have been, because of all the energetic shifts and downloads and uploads. I slept well in over a week. Was even up last night. I was up a lot, but I had 3 days where I slept really well last night. But in general, like the whole month of August, some nights I didn't even sleep. All right. So where's Moonology? Here's Moonology. All right. Per the book, this could all be purging and ascension symptoms. Back to what the card is saying. This card helps you sell a lot with these hidden truths. Yeah. Low energy. All right. And also had a hard time sleeping this month. Yeah, a lot of a lot of it has to do with change. So let's see what this is from Millie. This is a gift from Millie. Thank you for this as well. I feel like Spirit saying, things do not have to be a struggle. So kind of seek the path of least resistance when possible, when dealing with the ups and downs of life, of nature, things that are going on in your own body. Bodies are resetting, the cells are aligning into a more of a crystalline pattern within the body. The subatomics are changing. That's quantum physics. It deals with the subatomics. More awakening. There's purging of the old as you're coming to higher frequencies. Is there any wonder that people are having a hard time sleeping? A lot of you or some of you may just start crying spontaneously, not understand why, or just feel really strong emotion to be very empathic to the world. If you're feeling the world too much, get a candle, Gaze into the center of that flame, relax, breathe, try to become one with the flame, and in your mind step into the flame and set the intention that the flame that you're stepping into, that's the barrier that shields you from the collective. We're all one and we're all connected anyway, but there's so much turmoil out there. This is one way to get into a safer place where you can step into the flame, and that's an active kinetic energy that actively can separate you from the lower collective energies, of everybody being in turmoil and stuff like that. I mean, most of us are empaths. I'm highly, highly empathic. I don't do the world a lot of good if I'm constantly feeling the world and I'm allowing that to affect me. I need to have tools where I don't sacrifice my sensitivity, because that's a superpower, but it's not overwhelming me either. And this is a good technique to do. Another one is just simply doing your heart-brain coherence. When you're in the heart, you're in that you're in the state of divinity. You're in the center of the universe, the center of your being, and therefore you have natural shielding to lower energy. Hearts can't be programmed. Bottom line is the heart cannot be programmed, but the heart and the brain are really one. So when you're coherent with heart, then the brain comes into coherence and your mind becomes more resistant to programming. Programming happens on many levels, including radio waves. They tested that in the 70s. Read the Montauk Project books. Now they have Wi-Fi and cell signals to enhance the frequency programming. So everything's trying to program our minds to step in line and to buy into an agenda that doesn't serve us. It serves only the select few. So this is the revolution. It may not be a revolution on the battlefield, but it's a revolution in consciousness where people are taking back their power. And that's the key thing, taking back your power. So on that note, fixed moon, hold your vision. I don't even know what the fixed moon means. I've never even heard of that term. What is a fixed moon? It looks like a half moon to me, which is half light and half dark. So that's the balance. Hold your vision. So don't let those on the outside disrupt your vision. So anyway, I think that's pretty clear. Good vibes. All right, so let's see. Horses are good vibes. Binaural beef. Oh, good. Yeah, they also found right frequency to help people with Lyme disease, which is great. And I wanted to pass this, like YouTube and everything else, controlled on here with nonstop kind of program everything. Yeah, well, there's that, and there's all kinds of things, Harris ads or whatever. But yeah, it's trying to program people, and there's a certain level of shadow banning that goes on with some channels also. So yeah, YouTube it's Google. That's a very powerful programming machine right there, right? So fixed moon means when the moon appears to be rotating at the Earth's rotation. I still don't understand that. All right. Anyway, I'll figure that out later on. Good for you, Meryl. Yeah. All right. So let's move on. It's already getting late. I got a few more things. So how about our frequency of the V? The rotation speeds match. All right. I'll have to look more into that because or maybe it's just I think I get what you're saying. Yeah. Okay. All right. So so that wouldn't have, that fixed moon wouldn't have anything to do with what happens in the winter months, where virtually every new moon is going to be the same degree of the sign it was the month before, and every full moon is going to be the same degree of that sign that it was before. So in that sense, the sun and the moon are kind of rotating at an equal speed, as it were. And then in the warmer months, I guess when the sun is close or farther from the earth or whatever, then the moon seems to be rotating faster. Anyways, maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But that happens from around November through around March, that that the moon is very consistent with the sun's process. Anyhow, I'm missing some of your comments. That's okay. But that's the great thing about this community. Everybody's jumping in and helping Colleen out. So good job, guys. Let me clear my mind a second. Okay. So we got number 1, root chakra. So get grounded, y'all. Here's the frequency, the root chakra. If you gaze in the middle of the card and just kind of just let the energies and of the card and you blend, then you start to absorb some of the sacred geometry. And we need to be strong at the root. We need to be grounded. The more grounded we are, the more we can expand into the heavens through our upper chakras without leaving our bodies. That is, I mean, it's fine to leave your body if you want to, but that's good to be able to stay in also. Oh, fixed moon in the fixed signs. Okay, that's different. All right. Now I get you. Okay. All right. Very good. So the moon, where is the moon now? It's in Taurus, right? Oh, that's a fixed sign, or is it still in Aries? I think it's in Taurus. So we're in the fixed moon now. Very appropriate. All right, and let me see what it says also. The frequency root chakra. Frequency root chakra, the red flower of life, stimulates passion and supports our sense of security on this physical plane, both in our bodies as well as the physical world. I think we find security when we can own the fact that nothing in the physical world is secure, because it's temporary. It won't last forever. Nothing in the physical is secure. There is no real security. So once you own that, ironically, that's when you find security in your life, because you're not so fixated on that. And to add to that, when you align with spirit, God, or source, that's the one thing that lasts forever. So that's where true security lies, in our connection to God or spirit or source, that which lasts forever. I think that makes sense. Yeah, that's a good one for right now. And good thing with politics, it's going to keep ramping up. Try not to get too overly, or not let what's going on with politics and the divide trigger negative emotions. That's what programming does. It hijacks the emotions and kind of forces us into the same disempowering responses to life as we always had, creating the same limitations that we always had. So we want to get out of that programming of society. Thank it for teaching us, because that's part of root chakra also. But from the root chakra, we can expand into the upper chakras as well. All right, good conversations that I'm missing. Weird viruses. Oh, that's what you're talking about. Yeah, and Noreen also saying the same thing. These strange protracted viruses that people have been getting lately. So maybe being in the root chakra will help your immune system also. Alan said, "Oh, I have medicine cards too for animal totems of North America. Maybe next week I'll go back to the other deck that includes the other continents. But this is North America. Do I have all my cards? This deck feels light to me. No, none on the floor. I sit on the floor on a low table. Maybe you can see that. Well, I guess so. If my drum here is like at my level, that's pretty obvious. I'm sitting on the floor. All right, clearing my mind. Ooh, I love turkey medicine. We're a couple months early, but it's not too late to start thinking about the potlatch or the giveaway. So, yeah, I have a good story about turkey medicine. Turkey's giving of the heart, basically. So it's the giveaway, like the turkey every Thanksgiving gives of her life and to partake in our ceremony of giving thanks, basically. Um, so we give from our heart. So I did a years ago a Wachuma ceremony. The shaman from Machu Picchu came up to the Woodstock area. Very, very powerful, native South American shaman. In fact, at the time, he was like the chief shaman of Machu Picchu. So he comes up, we do the Wachuma, which is a cactus, similar to peyote. Did the ceremony, and I had this beautiful smoky quartz crystal that had angels in it, phantoms in it. My very, very favorite crystal. And after the ceremony, I pulled them aside. Told them, I want you to have this, basically. And he looked at me. He's like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Yeah, this is my gift for you." And then he looked at it for a second, and he said, "Would you mind if I use this crystal to access your energy to continue the healing from the ceremony?" I was like, yeah, please, use the crystal. Help me with my healing, absolutely." So that's when we give from our heart, we receive a even greater blessing. And that's what turkey is here to teach us, basically. Don't be stingy. That's one of my guides popping in. Don't be stingy. uh, so anyhow, the eagles became our national bird. And I think that's a great choice, but turkey was definitely up there in the running. Turkey is an American bird, and it has incredibly beautiful symbolism. So very protective during mating season, by the way. So if you see wild turkeys, especially in the spring, don't get too close because they might attack you. Just a little bit of a heads up. So we'll finish off with a quick message from the angels, and then we're gonna move right on. Yeah. So I'm glad, Michael and Doreen, I'm glad you're feeling better. I mean, August was a big initiation month. Again, even if you weren't physically with us, sometimes when there's a huge energy shift, when we're going to a different level of frequency, the body gets sick for a while. I mean, I know it's a virus, but that's just the physical counterpart. It's like I often use tornadoes as an example, that the natives saw them as spirits, as entities. Um, and now through meteorology, through science, we know that tornadoes are formed through wind shears from supercell thunderstorms that rotate, and then there's wind shears, and the column of air rotates, and then the updrafts pull it up, and it creates a tornado. But just knowing the science, does that make it any less a spiritual entity that has consciousness? I don't believe it does, personally. We just have how that manifests on a physical level. That's all, basically. So viruses form a function. They are a part of our physical reality, basically. Not the most pleasant part, granted, but they are a part. All right, so moving right along. It's this card. Oh, this is the one they were directing me. Yeah. Oh, it's Athena. Yeah, all right. I love this one. It is safe for you to be powerful. You know how to be powerful in a loving way that benefits others as well as yourself. So, the idea is to maybe get over whatever trepidations or fears that you have about being powerful. I think it was a Marianne Williamson quote, or something that, I mean, she transcribed the Course in Miracles. I don't know if it was her quote or if it was actually from the Course in Miracles, but she'll say, it's not being powerless that you fear, it's being powerful beyond measure is what you truly fear. And why is that? When you're in a place of power, people try to knock you down, you're also in a place of scrutiny. You're also in a place where you can be criticized, where I think you get the idea. So understand it's safe to be powerful. Open your heart, connect with source. People can throw daggers or whatever. He who is without sin, may you cast the first stone, basically. So what? Nobody casts stones after that. Funny how that is, right? So it's safe to be powerful. I think that's a good message to end on. Perfect for you, Suzette. I think it's perfect for a lot of us, me included. 1212, make a wish. And that means we've been on very long today. So thanks for sticking this out for over an hour, everybody. So later this week, I don't know what date, we're going to do the September psychic forecast. It's going to be our universal 8-month for the year. So that's going to be another powerful one in a different way than August was. So that's going to be sometime this week. And also there's a new frequency channeling meditation available now. Yes, from the master teachers, frequency channeling, and this one is third eye enhancement and superhuman intuition development. So we've got that out. We have a special through Labor Day. If you buy that, you get one of the other 4 for free. So we have DNA repair and activation. We have deep cellular cleansing activation. We have royalty DNA and abundance code activation. And I forgot what the 4th one is. But anyway, you would get one of those for free if you purchase the third eye activation one. But very, very powerful frequency work. And we do frequency channeling here too. A lot of you have experienced that already, but we do that here. And then we have the channeling and mediumship retreat coming August the 18th to the 20th in the heart of the Catskill Mountains during the heart of foliage season. So that's what I got for you guys. I'll leave on the pinned comment as this becomes a video. You'll have information on how to order your transmission from the master teachers and more information on the retreat. All right. Very good. Love you guys. Thanks, everybody.